get this free book in the description area of the video on all of the tomato videos documenting the entire season. But you can get this book and then you can see what I am doing, and you can have some guidance more than the book. You know, if you live in Alabama or in Texas or in Florida, you can not have to make some modifications that I am making because that you're going to have a longer season. So I am going to show you how to make the cages. I want to show you, before we do that, how they are wired together. You can make these out of any kind of wire, or you can use string, or you can use a coat hanger and just bend it. So let's get over there and make the cages. Okay, so what we have here is concrete reinforcing mesh. This is what they will put in the sidewalks and then pour cement all around it, and it helps the cement to not to crack apart over the years. And this is the wire that Charles Wilber recommends, and you're going to need something that is very, very sturdy to hold all of those tomatoes that are going to be growing on that tomato plant. So you can cut this with a pair of pliers like this, which it's a little bit difficult. You can use a hacksaw, and that is much more difficult, but it's something that you can do. The best way to do it is with these bolt cutters. It just cuts like butter. It's just really something that's amazing. So I cut one of the vertical wires off so that I can show you how to make the hook end. One thing that's important about the hook end is that you do it the exact same way on each one of those hooks. So bring the camera over here, and I'll show you how I do it. Now I'm going to grab it so that this is about a 1/2 inch wide. I'm going to grab it so that the wire goes right to the end, and then I'm just going to twist it and make that hook on there. And then just do each one exactly the same way, and you'll see why in a minute. There has to be a uniformity to it, otherwise your cage will come out a little bit crooked. Don't want that. Not when you're a perfectionist, like I am. Got to be done the right way. Don't want to make a mistake and then have to throw the whole cage away, like Adrian Monk would do. So you can see how this is a very, very sturdy wire. Takes a little bit of strength to do this. Okay, now that we've got those hooks made, I need to determine how many vertical wires that I want to have. Charles Wilber recommends 18, and I did a little bit less because he lives in Alabama. He has a longer growing season and his plant can support more growth. I want mine to grow faster, and having less vertical wires is going to help to grow them faster. So I'm going to unroll this. I'm going to do 16. Okay, so now I'm going to cut on the opposite side of the vertical wire because that side didn't have a vertical wire, so this side has to have a vertical wire. So this is going to just cut them. See how this cuts like butter? You should have one of these tools. You'll use it all the time on your mini farm. So now we're just going to wrap that hook around there, and we're just going to close it all the way down on each of these. Okay, so there's your basic cage. I'm going to do the same thing over again, and I'm going to show you how to make the half a cage that goes up. Okay, so we're just going to do the same thing, the exact same thing that we just did. I'm gonna bend these over into the hooks. Okay, now I'm going to count off 16 vertical wires. Just cut these off again. You know, the nice thing about using this method of growing tomatoes is that you can get more production per square foot of garden space. Which means if you're going to live on what you grow, if you're looking to do this in a survival situation, it means you can grow more tomatoes and make more tomato sauce and more dehydrated tomatoes and lots of other things that you can do with tomatoes. Or you can grow another crop. So you can get more tomatoes per square foot. That means that you can grow other survival foods like corn and squash, which takes up a lot of room. Okay, so after we do this, we're going to have two identical cages. Now, if you live down south where you have a long growing season, you can just take this cage, cut this horizontal wire off the bottom and make hooks on there, and you can have two cages. You could have 10 feet. But what I'm going to do, I'll cut on both sides of this one. Okay, so now we have these two half cages. Now I'm going to make those hooks on these now. You know, you might think, why go through all this trouble? The answer is because it is worth it. Even if you have to get someone to help you make the cages, then get someone to help you, because these cages are going to last you for the rest of your life. You know what I always say, if you've been following our channel for a while, you know that I'm trying to create a no-work garden. And what I say is that it takes a lot of work to make a no-work garden. So you do it while you're still young. I just turned 65 yesterday. And remember that I'm not starting out with the best of the conditions this year. The weather hasn't been cooperating with what I need to do to guarantee 100 pounds per plant. But as I said, I'm going to grow more tomatoes this way than I would have any other way. So even if we only grow 40 pounds per plant, that's still well above the average of 8 to 10 pounds per plant. And if for some reason the variety of tomatoes that I have doesn't have a lot of suckers on it, it's just going to grow like a tomato plant normally would, with just a single stem. So it will still grow as much as it would have if I had not used this method. So there's a lot of logic that goes into all of this. You're going to grow more tomatoes than you ever have before, even if you don't reach that magic number of 100 pounds per plant. So now the last step is that we have to just add this extension onto the original one that we had here. So we're just going to do the same thing that we did before, just line up the lines, squeeze it closed. Okay, you can see that I put the wires on the left side of that vertical wire, so the next one I'll put on the right side, and that keeps it from moving around. So why bother? Because you're going to grow more tomatoes than you ever have any other way. So there we have it, 1.5 cages, and in a perfect year it would grow even beyond that, your tomato plant, depending on your soil quality and whether you started early enough. One thing good about these cages is that you can use them for pole beans and for climbing zucchinis. You can use them for cucumbers. What I like to do is I plant the cucumbers around. I usually put 1 cucumber plant for each 2 wires, and I train it to grow up that, and then I fill it with compost right in the middle, and as the compost decays, it's going to provide nutrition for all of those plants. So thanks for watching the video. Watch each and every video that is in the series and get this down so that you can know it really well and understand it, and you can teach others about it. I guarantee you that if you grow tomatoes like this, that people that come into your garden are going to, what Charles Wilber said, that people get sunburn on the roof of their mouth because they're going, they're looking up at that tomato plant and they get sunburn on the roof of their mouth. And that is exactly what happened. When I grew my tomatoes like that in 1999, and my mother saw it, she went and did it. She was amazed and astounded at what she saw. One of my sisters did it, and then one of my other sisters did it, and every one of them got the same results. So it does depend on your year and whether your weather is going to cooperate with you or not. But watch each and every one of the videos and then get that book, How to Grow World Record Tomatoes. You can get it free in the description area of our website. And you can also buy a physical copy of it, which I would highly recommend that you do. There's just something about reading it in the book and absorbing that information. And like we said, you know, the internet could go down, the power grid could go down, and you want to be able to grow enough food to survive on. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next video. Make sure that you hit the like button and make sure that you subscribe so that when the new videos come out that you're going to get a notification, and we will see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching. We will see you on the next video. If you click over on the link to the right, you will be able to go right directly to the next video, and we'll see you there.